Yeah, and so that's what happens when you run backwards like that, right into. Oh, sorry.
But enough about the toilet stalls and people. Anyway,
Yeah,
you're
damn
right. Fair enough. Hey
doorknobs.
guys, am I too late for the 25-hour show, Deej? I've just got here.
Yeah, you just
Did I
got
miss
just
my
got
slot?
back. Just got back. Who knew you'd be busy the day after Halloween?
Well, I wish it was just that.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I mean, Halloween didn't feature in any of the cases that I was dealing with. Man, but it was bananas. I dealt with 7 cases across the weekend,
Oh.
and pretty much all of them were serious. It's not like it's
Mm.
just kind of little bit of drunken disorderly or something like that. It was
Yeah.
all really serious jobs, and typically, unusually, to then get called like on the Sunday morning early like that is
Have to be
unusual in and
on
of
call all
itself.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Normally, it's that they don't get ready till mid morning, late morning.
Mm.
But yeah, no, this time it was straight there. But I was listening on the way, and I have been tuning in since. I've listened to all of Carl Ellsworth's stuff. You guys
Oh,
really got into that. That was a really interesting discussion
which
with
one?
with
Carl was
you, Carl,
awesome.
and yeah, and with the two guys as well. Yeah,
Yeah, Rich and
just
Ryan.
yeah.
Hashtag
It
Keith
was
and Davey.
really interesting. Yeah, it's like a podcast in and of itself. It
Yeah.
was very, very cool. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
no,
Yeah, that's
it
what I
was
ended
really
up
good.
putting out today. I put out
Oh, okay.
most of that. Like
Mm,
today's Takeover Tuesday was Todd and I opening up. The Rich and Ryan, because we really kind of got into the whole Movember thing, and I kind of wanted that.
mm.
There was so much to choose from, and it was like, oh my God. It's like the conversation that I had with Chris Deering was really
Yeah,
good.
I caught a bit of it. Yeah.
Got getting into the weeds there, and Chris like, let me pull out my trusty calculator here, and you're like, oh my God, I loved it. Yeah, yeah, it was really good. I mean, the whole day was a blast. Just
Yeah. Oh man.
the whole day
I
and
got.
night. It's like
Yeah. Well.
I was done, and so I get out of the room, and Jen and Larissa are on the couch. They had it up on the big screen in the living room. They had just woken up, and we're out there talking. And I was like, yeah, yeah. I go earlier this afternoon, such and such, right? Talking about
That was
somebody I talked to in the
the day
afternoon. And they're
before.
like,
Yeah.
it's Sunday, DJ. They're like, this afternoon hasn't happened yet. I go, I
Mm.
haven't slept yet. This is still this afternoon to me. I'm like, I just literally had a beer while I was celebrating. I'm like, this is
Mm.
still Saturday to me.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
man.
but
Yeah, I
yeah,
would like I said, I felt I felt bad. I wanted to be more involved. I wanted to jump in. Carl and I had been texting on
yeah,
Thursday and Friday, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to be on at 10 p.m. Jump in." And it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, it's like 3 a.m. my time, and then
Yeah.
I'm on call the next day. It's oh no, but yeah, no, it was cool. I just wish I'd been around more this time. It feels like I only kind of dropped in for an hour and then was gone. Which was a shame because, as I said, it was good. But I have to say, selfishly, I was loving chatting to Brett. Not Brockford.
Brent,
Brent. Yes,
Brent
Brent Brockworth.
Butterworth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Butterworth. Yeah, not Brockworth. We're convincing John Brock again.
yeah.
Um, it
Steve
was
Brock.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Steve Brock. It was
Steve
yeah,
Brock.
I was absolutely loving chatting to him. I mean, it's the first time I really spoke to him directly,
Yeah.
and finding then out who knew we had a fellow Schlock fan
Oh my God.
on the
Did
show.
you see that one yet?
No,
Were you
no,
able to get ahead?
you can't rent it. It's not on YouTube. I looked.
Yeah.
Um, to buy it is about £30, so that's more
Yeah.
than a new release. However, I'm going to do it
I was
because I
trying
really
to.
want to
Yeah,
see it.
I was trying to
Yeah,
buy
man.
it that night, and I
Mm,
couldn't. Remember, I kept clicking on it, and it was like
yeah,
so. It said two left, and then you click on it, it's like sold out.
yeah.
And then I did find one place where I could order now, and it was like $120. And I was
That's more than
like,
they spent on the film.
what I was going to say, what was that Brent's private version, private collection? It's like, you can have this from me.
we've
um,
got to see it though. We do have to see it
yeah,
and then get him
yeah,
on so we can talk through it because I mean, there's clearly more there. And it was yeah, I was absolutely loving that conversation. That was great fun.
yeah.
I like anyone that can talk
I
schlock
see.
as much
I
as I
haven't
can.
seen it yet. PF product. P Paul Frederick is in the chat
Yeah.
somewhere. I see
Mhm.
PF
Yeah, he
Productions
is.
in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
We have one from him coming up tonight from me that I watched, and it is That's
Yeah, he was
all I
talking.
was really able to
Yeah.
watch this week. I
Mhm.
tried to get another one in today, but as I told you, I got a little sidetracked.
Mhm.
Got busy with work, and yeah, wasn't able to get anything else in other than that one. But that's enough for me this week. It's awesome. It is
Yeah.
absolutely
Well,
awesome.
Paul, Paul says I found the Bride of Frank trailer on YouTube. Oh, so did I, Paul. So did I.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is a trailer. It
yeah,
really is. I mean, yeah.
that's
I can't.
funny.
I'm really looking forward to seeing it. It just seems so absolutely bananas, in the best way. So yeah, I am definitely going to get it. And then we need to do some sort of Tuesday link up, Deed, so we can all be on, and then we can talk with Brent all about it. Because yeah, I think there's going
Yeah.
to be things I need to discuss with it.
Oh yeah, that'll be a good time.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
So all right, now Deej, are you in the mood for a very short quiz?
Sure.
Very short. It's one question, but it is a quiz, and I'm wondering whether
So I'm either going to get 100 or a 0. Let's go.
Hey, yeah, it's back in school days. Here we go again. Okay,
Yep.
so
These
let's
never
see, let's
went
see.
well for me, but okay.
well, not when you were copying your colleagues' Spanish homework. Clearly.
Yeah. My name is Rob. Oh,
Oh, I've had fun telling people that.
yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right.
Not my parents, though.
Well, no,
They weren't too keen on it, as you would say, right?
Yes, they weren't too keen. Yes, absolutely. That gets you in trouble. It is a fantastic story, though. I love that. Okay, so the year, Deej, is 1987. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and as you know, in 87, my parents had a corner shop, a convenience store, and in there they had a video store as well. Okay.
Yep.
And it was a big deal for us to have 4 copies of one movie. Okay, that's how small we were. We were not Blockbuster. In fact, I'm not even sure Blockbuster was a thing in the UK back then at that time.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we'd have 4 copies of a movie, and the year is 1987, and there are 2 titles that came out. All 4 copies would be rented out, and people would, rather than bring them back, would just come in and just pay for the next week and the next week and the next week. So they would be out pretty much always. They just didn't come back. One of those titles, 1987, was Dirty Dancing. Can you guess what the other title would have been in 1987? And there's a reason I'm asking, and I'll tell you afterwards.
Title.
That had a cultural
A
impact.
rental.
Yeah, cultural impact. Yeah, you couldn't buy them back then, not easily. So it had a cultural impact worldwide. Cultural impact. Nothing was the same after this, and this was another title that never came back in. When it was out, it was out permanently. And anyone in the chat want to have a guess? 1987.
So
The movie, by the way, is from 86, but they didn't come out at the same time, but these 2 titles were the thing. So, but what it is 87, which is when they were both constantly out. Any idea?
So it's from 86.
No. Oh, Carl's in. Hey, Carl. Yeah, it film's 86.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Top Gun.
But we're talking 87. Hey, Carl, it's not Top Gun, Carl,
People
although that's a
saying,
great guess.
Yeah, hey Carl. People, Carl, if you haven't had a chance, if you haven't had a chance yet, listen to #Dork. They were drooling over you today. They love talking to you, buddy.
Oh, it's
They
great.
had an
Yeah,
absolute
so cool.
blast talking to you the other night. I wanted to say, I was trying to think. I honestly don't know off the top of my head,
No.
but I'm trying to think how you think, and I'm thinking
You're going to kick
Predator?
yourself. No, that's 88.
that's 88.
Yeah, RoboCop was 87. Predator was 88.
But 86.
Yeah,
Cultural
film from
impact.
86, but we're talking 87 when it was on video and you just couldn't get it. Yeah. Anyone else can guess in the chat if you feel like you might have an idea?
It's not Top Gun.
Nope.
And I worked in the video store not.
Well, you're going to kick yourself. No, good guess, Carl. Carl says Aliens. That's a great guess.
No.
It didn't have worldwide kind of cultural impact. It did amongst us nerds. But this is one, again, you guys are going to kick yourself when I show you the 4K disc that I've got in front of me.
It's not Platoon.
No. Great film.
Bueller.
No, great film. Worldwide cultural impact. No, Iron Eagle. Eric, I like you thinking, but no.
That was Iron Eagle actually came out before Top Gun.
Did.
We've talked about that here. Worldwide impact.
The worldwide impact. Nothing was the same again after this. And as I said, a film that people would just keep. Think Dirty Dancing, not as in dancing movie, but movies that were never the same again after. I think Jordan will know because he and I have been DMing.
Don't say it, Jordan. Then if you know it.
Yeah. Fair enough. I think he'll know.
Killing me.
Oh, you are going to kick yourself afterwards, and
Worldwide
then immediately
impact.
I think there'll be a cha-ching. Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
hope you agree. Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's a huge thing. It changed the vernacular. There were quotes to this would almost be as ubiquitous as Jaws is. We're going to need a bigger boat. Yeah. Oh man. No, not the Steve, Running Man. I wish it was.
I know. No, it's not Running
Man.
Man.
No. It's not that big, Steve. I wish it was, man. But
oh my god,
Mr. Ellsworth.
I was just gonna say Crocodile Dundee. I swear to God, I saw that. Carl Ellsworth. I was like, when you said that, I was like, crikey. Oh my God, that's not a knife. That's I swear to God, when you said you need a bigger boat, I was gonna go, that's not a knife. I was like, is it Dundee? I didn't know the year.
It is.
Holy crap, Dundee. Carl, you and I on the same page. I was like, I'm looking here, and I was looking down, and I'm like, is it? And I look up, and he's like, no, it's a Crocodile Dundee, and you wrote it. Awesome, Carl.
Yeah.
Hey.
1 and 2 came out on.
I don't care if people think he gave me the answer. I know Carl thought. Yeah, I thought just like Carl, and I'm happy with that. That's all I need is my. That's awesome. Crocodile Dundee. No, I swear to God, it was when you said not bigger boat. I was like, that's not a knife. I was like, that's it, right there.
You go.
I don't know why. Because I'm trying to think of another line in the '80s that was like that. Is like other than like
Game over, man.
No, Predator would be if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah. With Predator, it'll be I ain't got time to bleed. That would be Predator as well, or Stick Around with the knife as well. That's your other one.
Yeah.
But with Game Over Man is Aliens, of course.
Yeah,
which would be the other one.
Game Over. Yeah, but that wasn't iconic. That was like Game Over, man. That was like panicking. That wasn't like brave.
Yeah. I mean, talking Dirty Dancing. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Everyone would know all that.
Absolutely. Nobody puts baby in the corner. It's like,
yeah. Oh man, Paul said that the cultural impact lasted that long. Right now, Paul, there are tribes in the Amazon that have not been seen by man for like 50 years. And if you went in there and pulled a knife, one of them will go to you. That's not a knife.
That's not a knife.
Even now. So I think
you can't even say it without the accent. And I hate doing accents.
Well, I was going to say to Jack Lee, because Jack dropped in, and I was going to say, Jack, stick around. Because
I won't do accents because I don't want to lose Steve as a co-host. And I know that would just piss him off. But if I did it wrong.
Well,
one of these days I'm going to fly to Spain and just say something and record it and watch him just go off the rails. That's it.
Si prefieres, podemos hablar solamente en español.
Yeah, don't be swearing at me like that.
No, I won't. That's the first word anyone learns in any foreign language. It's the swear word. That's not a knife. Yeah, so they both came out here on 4K this week, and so I'm going to watch them in the next week. And coming soon to Brightside Home Theatre. Crocodile Dundee and Crocodile Dundee 2, mate. The only thing I would say, unfortunately, and this is, I hope it's okay to talk about it on the show. Deej, tell me if it's not. This is the encore cut. All right, just for those listening, I'm showing up the boxes. So the encore cut. So there is a sequence in Crocodile Dundee where he encounters someone who is transgender. And then when he then speaks to another, when he goes up and grabs her by the crotch because he's not sure if she's male or female.
Yeah, when he's in New York.
That has gone. They've removed that sequence. That's gone from the movie. I mean, I get why with modern sensibilities, but it's a bit strange that they would edit something like that when there's so many other movies of that era where there are inappropriate things for now.
Well, remember Friends?
Mm-hmm.
Chandler's father was Kathleen Turner.
Yeah,
and was
transgender,
cross-dressing. They called it cross-dressing dancer or whatever they said, drag dancer.
Yeah.
But it was Kathleen Turner played his father.
I mean, yeah. So so that's
Yeah.
been cut out, but for whatever
See,
reason, I mean,
if you can't have fun with it, it's like it's so funny we talk about this stuff, but we talk about I saw a comedian talking about that, and he's like, he's like the transgender people. He's like, what? We can't say it's weird. He's like, why? He's like, let me tell you about myself. He's like, I grew up and I believe in this guy that like, had his son come here and get killed to save us all. He goes, isn't that weird? It's like, well, what's weird? He goes, I got a buddy that likes to sit on the couch on Sundays and wear the shirts of other guys with their names on his back. It's like talking about football. It's like, no matter how you look at it, everybody's weird. It's like, just what are you doing? It's like, come on. But he did like a really good breakdown of all of it. And you're like, oh my God. It's like,
so for some reason, as I say, they've cut that. I don't know why, really. I mean, Jack says, why would they do that? I mean, it's obviously because of, modern sensibilities. And, and I get that it's, inappropriate, but not enough to be,
it's 4K. I have it on Kaleidoscape. It's 4K and DTS 5.1. Is that what's that?
Yeah, so it's 4K. It looks to be 5.1. Yeah, 5.1. Yeah, so it'll be DTS HD, and then same with the sequel, as I say. Jordan just asked in the chat. Yeah, so just anyone wondering, so it's a new release here, and it's $24.99 everywhere, apart from Amazon, where it is $14.99. And I only know that because Jordan told me, and then was good enough to send me the link, which I then followed. So I saved myself £10 on the first one. So that was all right. So worth doing, guys. If you do want it, if you want to travel back to 1986, as I do,
oh my God.
It is well worth it. I can't wait. I haven't seen it in probably decades. In fairness, I've seen it lots of times, but not for a long time. So I absolutely can't wait to see that again.
Yeah, I think I got Shawshanked recently. I was watching it came across on cable when she was in the Outback and she decided to wash up in the water. And I kind of got that was Shawshank, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Shawshank pretty good.
1986, so I was, 12? So it's fair to say it kept my attention as well.
Oh, yeah. Educated your youth.
Your youth. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be nice to see that in 4K HDR.
On the big screen.
Yup.
Yeah, I genuinely can't wait. I was talking to someone else this evening about it, and they were like, why would you want to watch that? It's like, no, it's someone of a similar age to
yeah,
it's you want to see that?
Yeah, exactly. It's what fish out of water type tale. It's great. It's like, and it's I forget how they pace that, right? Don't they go back to Australia, or do they start out there?
Yeah, they start out there, and then it ends in New York, and then the sequel they then go back to Oz, and then he protects her there. If I remember rightly,
and that's where you find out like how good he is at everything that he does. Yeah, right? That's the one. Yeah. Like, oh boy, yeah, because he's like, that's why like everything he does is like, in New York. Oh my God, he's got skills. Well, yeah. So.
I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, it's going to be a very fun experience. I've got some great stuff for tonight, but I am really looking forward to revisiting those two.
Cool.
They are, talk about back in time.
Yeah, big time.
And it takes a leap of magnanimousness from me as a Kiwi. I'm supposed to hate anything Australian, but I still, I still quite like that.
Why?
Hey, man, the Kiwis and the Aussies hate one another officially.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Have you not?
Why? Just because they're on the same part of the planet or something like that?
Yeah. Well, it's a long story. And it traces its roots. I mean, Jack, you might agree with me. It traces its roots mainly, at least in my lifetime, to a cricket match in the 70s. I mean, it won't mean a great deal to you, Deej, but I'll very briefly explain it. So there was a final ball of the last part of the match. Okay. I'm trying to simplify it a bit because cricket's weird, right? So, but it's the final ball of the last ball of the match. And when it comes to cricket, you bowl the ball overarm like that. So I don't know if you've ever seen cricket, mate, but there we go. Anyway, you bowl the ball overarm.
Yeah.
And the New Zealanders needed a 6, which means you have to hit the ball over the boundary. But, like baseball, you get 6 runs if you do that. So the Kiwis needed a 6. And I think it's one of the Chappell brothers that comes running in to bowl the ball, and he rolled it along the ground. Now, cricket's supposed to be a game of gentlemen. And so now it wasn't against the rules. It is now. It wasn't then. but he just rolled the ball like he was bowling it,
So
like
you
like it
couldn't,
was 10 pin balls. So there's no way you could hit the 6, and that
right?
caused uproar.
Well,
And I mean, I'm talking,
is it against the
proper
rules?
international incident. Well, it wasn't against the letter of the law; it was against the spirit of the game then.
And as
But
a
it
lawyer,
caused
how does that make you
uproar.
feel?
Oh well, I was very young, but looking
Ah!
back,
But you know what I mean?
Then.
Like,
I was barely out of nappies.
yeah, it's I see. I love stuff
Yeah, he's
like
got it.
that.
See, Jack. See, good on you, Jack. You got it, man. He knows.
The day the underarm ball was banned.
Yeah. That was it. So it was against the spirit of it rather than the thing. And not honestly, it's not any Kiwi now would still be able to tell you it. Any Aussie would.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the kind of the controversy that caused. But so there's been animosity anyway. But that just.
But right. But that's it. But
international
one of
incident.
those things you have to look at it and you look back and go, yeah. You don't want that to happen. Have a lead or have something before that, before it can get to that point. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's like you take the rules and you know, do it. It's a game, for God's sake.
Yeah,
it's
no,
a game. You know, you're competing for fun. I know this is, you know what I mean? And then they're man-made rules, and then you take them, and like you said, by the letter of the law, it's right, but that's not the spirit. Well, you should have put it in there then, if that's not the spirit.
Well, in fairness, the relations between the two countries massively soured, but it was cricket, which is very serious over there. Luckily, it wasn't rugby, because had that something like that happened in rugby, I think there would have just been war, would have just been declared.
Up. Yeah.
Well, but they'd have gone to war over that, because in New Zealand, rugby's a religion. So that would have been enough for some sort of fatwa. That would have been the end of that jihad.
Jack just said
across
in the
the
chat,
Thames.
he's like, Jack just said in the chat, he's like, it isn't fun. It's all pride. And that's why pride is one of the 7 deadly sins.
See, look at this. We start with a movie from '86 and we end up with international relations. I mean, look at this. It's just learning stuff. Who needs home theater?
Yep. And quoting something from 7. There you go.
Yeah, hey, man, it all comes around. All comes around.
All comes around. It's all about the movies. It's all about the experiences.
I've read
and that experience has, you know, spanned the globe and almost caused wars. So,
like I said, had it been rugby,
yeah,
I may not even be here. There would have been invasions.
Yeah.
But there we go. So yeah, so I'm going to watch Crocodile Dundee this week. I urge anyone that's interested to do the same.
I will as well.
Yeah, oh man, it's great. Will Jen be into that? Would she like that? Is that one that she'd be kind of interested in, or would she think, oh, it's all done?
I don't know. Probably. It's like, well, yeah, I don't know. 86. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, 86, 87.
Saw her in the theaters in 86.
Yeah, were you guys dating then?
No.
Nope.
No, not until 88.
Okay. So the sequel.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh man. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. Look at that. Right. A little trip down memory lane, and you nearly passed the quiz. Carl gave you the answer, but that's fine.
Carl gave me the answer. There you go.
Carl, we'll call him Robert from now on. Giving you the answers to a quiz.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Hello, my name is Carl. Oh God. Yeah, the dork guys. Oh my God,
man.
Dork guys were funny.
I get it, man. I get it, because I was really enjoying the conversation as well. It was really interesting, and it was great. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, they were like, Rich was like, not Rich. Ryan was the first one in. He came in. Carl was there, and then we're all talking, and Ryan's like, I didn't recognize him. I didn't know who he was. It just and on the screen he goes, it just said Carl. And then DJ starts talking about like screenwriting stuff, and I'm like, "Oh wait, what?" And Rich was watching at home. He's like, "Oh my God!" And did you notice? Like, so our show notes are done with AI, right?
Yeah.
And it's so funny, Carl. You'll like this one. Let me pull up the show. Look at the show notes for. Let me see if I can find them here. Where's my platform? You gotta look at the show notes for that one, and it's like Rich he's a professional interviewer, right? That's what he does for a living. He's a sports radio host, and he I don't want to delete it, and so he was excited to come on and talk to Carl, and it says where let's see, referencing it's a Indiana Jones. All right. stays on for Dork Q&A, screenwriting in theaters, final push. Q&A. Carl stays on. Is that where it is? Yeah, Carl stays for Dork Q&A. Screenwriting and theaters collide. There was something else. I thought there was something else. No, I can't find it. It was something. It's in the thing. There it is. 14. It's in the show notes. It's like 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 26 seconds. Interview mode. Buffy, Clone Wars, and writing for showrunners.
Oh, of course.
That was like, and when I saw interview mode, I was dying. I'm like, because that's Rich. Rich is like, because he went full interview mode. Now let me ask you this, and he's like, it's so funny. And Carl was awesome. Carl's like, yeah, keep it coming, you know.
Yeah. Well, we forgot when we did our Takeover Tuesday with Carl, and again, he was saying, he wants to do another one, so it'd be great to arrange that. He of course, he dropped in casually at the beginning of that, if I remember rightly. Oh yeah, I wrote some of the Star Wars, Rebels episodes, whatever it was, and we just and we were so excited, we got beyond that, and then never went back to it. And it's like, how did we, of all people,
right,
not just go, okay, stop the show, let's talk Star Wars?
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, behind him, he had a BB-8. He's got a BB-8 in his office, which full size one. And it's just like, how did we miss that? But we got so excited, we just sort of skated over it. So that's got to be our starter.
Okay.
But no, he's very, very cool. Yeah, it's always good to speak to Carl. He's good. All right, and now I realize we're nearly half an hour in and we haven't started the show.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, let me let's get to that, and then we'll.
It's my fault.
No, that's not your fault. It's still the show. I mean, come on. I mean, the buttons are out here. We are Brightside Theater. Hey, home theater nerds, welcome to the Brightside Home Theater Podcast, a multi-award-winning home theater podcast that goes 25 hours once a year from Movember. It's all about the experiences, the sights.
The sounds? The scenes? Am I going to fit in all of this?
What did I say?
You did your bit, you didn't do the sights. You did the sights, but John didn't do the sounds, didn't play. So I had to fill in both.
It's not coming through to you.
Yeah, I couldn't hear. Yeah, did you play it? Did you? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it's playing on my end over and over.
Did everyone else hear that? Is that just me?
No. Yeah, no, it's not just you. For something went funny. Something's going wonky here. Why isn't that coming through to you?
I've got a contractually obligated set of lines. I don't like to deviate from them without prior warning.
Here we go.
Come on. I'm going to refer you to the podcast agreement.
What did it have? What the heck? That is weird that it's not coming through to you now.
Jordan says the silent sounds. Was it just me then?
Yeah, no, but I hear it in my ear. And it will go out over to, like, when the audio only comes out, they're going to hear all the times I pushed it.
I'm going to talk over it then. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm going to talk
over
it.
No. That's part of it. But I don't know why, because when you use the Rodecaster, what the heck would have happened? Uh-oh. Can you hear that?
Okay. No.
I just got crazy feedback too.
Okay, yeah, no, I can't hear anything other than the normal.
I just got big. See, at least all the bugs happened.
Yeah, it's better happens now than during the live show, the 25-hour one.
And now the button's not working at all.
While you're doing that, Deidre, tell you what, while you're doing that, let me say hi to everyone in the chat. I'll give you a couple of minutes to have a little look at it. All right, because we have got a lot of people in. So let's just say hi to everyone. So it looks like it's I thought it would reset. It hasn't. So Rach was first in today at 10:31 this morning, my time. So she was in middle of the night, your time. So Dominic dropped in. Bonsoir, Dom. He's in. Marcus Beebe is in as well, as is Captain AC3. Hey guys. PF Productions is in, still jonesing and buzzing after his appearances both last week and indeed over the weekend. So hey, buddy. Jordan's in. Hey, Jordan. We have got who's next down? Steve Att in the chat. Hey, Steve, who has been subjecting himself to Wicked, the poor thing. I would say that. I know everybody else in the world loves it, but he's been subjected to that. We've got Paul Hertz in as well. Hey, Paul. We know he's in. Who else have we got? Sorry, scrolling on down. Yeah, I saw a couple of other names. Who did I see? I think Old School Kung Fu Films is in. Yeah, Jack Lee's in, as we know. Again, g'day, Jack. Good to see you again, mate. I haven't seen you for a bit, actually. So, yeah, good to see you dropping in. Say Carl was in via X. Say Carl. Eric Ridgely's in with his Iron Eagle comment. Fair play. Skippy Turtle's in. Hey, buddy. And Nelson's in. Hey, Nelson. Ariel Alanis dropped in. Hey, buddy. Yeah, Old School Kung Fu Films. Yep, said hi. And I think that's all that have said hi in the chat. And as we always say, and frankly, I should say it every week, and sometimes I do forget. If you are tuning in and you're tuning into the live show, and if you haven't said hello for a while, or you want to say hi, then yeah, by all means, drop a hello in the chat and let us know where you are, because we like to know where we're reaching. And yes, you're sure of a warm welcome.
Yeah, I can't figure this thing out.
No, are you okay? That's all right.
It's weird. It's like normally you get it. I don't know why it's not going through this time. I'm like, that's why I was like, why aren't you saying anything? Because I'm hearing it. I heard it here, but that's obviously. But why isn't it going out over that?
Yeah, PF. Yeah, so PF says, yeah, we heard the opening music, but not John's line. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what.
Well, the opening music is embedded into StreamYard.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah, no, so we're all there, but yeah, no, and then Jack Lee just says this is going to be the first year he's going to miss the Ashes in 23 years. That's another cricket thing. Jack, all right, how come you're missing it, Jack? What's happened there? Let me know. Is that because it's over here and you're there, or vice versa? Yeah, you'll have to let us know. But I must admit, Jack, my parents were huge cricket fans. Some of my earliest memories in New Zealand are going to the cricket and seeing stuff there and spending long afternoons there as a young lad, exploring the various kind of areas of the cricket ground because they loved it. But for me, yeah, it was not. I'm not that into it these days. Oh, in the UK for Christmas. Oh, there you go. All right, nice one. Long trip back then, Jack. Be sure to have plenty of stuff downloaded on your iPad or your phone to watch on the long flight. Maybe take Crocodile Dundee. Just saying.
Let's see. If I go to this, let me see. You're going to get an echo if I do this, but let me see. Just see if it plays to you.
No, man.
This is great.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. Your echo.
Yeah, but can you hear this?
The sounds.
Yes, got that.
Okay, but now if I go to chat. All right, now we're back to chat.
The sounds.
Did you get sound?
The sounds.
Yep, got it again. Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you did it. Played it twice then.
Yeah. So that was dumb. Literally just backed out of that setting, used the other one, came back in, and it's fine.
That's all right. No one noticed each. No one noticed. It's all right. Smooth.
All right.
Pretend like it didn't happen.
All right. The sights.
The sounds.
The scenes.
There you go. All right. Because I should have did yours.
I should have just mouthed it and just gone like, just to freak you out.
Yeah, that would be great for the audio only on Friday.
I'm just messing with you.
Can you imagine the 25 hours we didn't have any of those issues?
Well, yeah, quite well. Actually, smooth. That's what it is.
Well, we did. And when we changed over to the final third,
yeah, there were some dropouts. Yeah,
people what like the whole chat was like, it's buffering, it's doing this. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like I'm like,
not again.
It's not my call. It's like it's not my. And like some people were like, mine's fine, and then other people were like, mine's not, and then they're like, okay, mine's buffering, and now I'm like, I don't know. It's like what do you want me to do about it? I'm just seeing the chat go crazy about it. I'm like, it's not me. It's not like I said, let's send it out extra slow.
Yeah, let's start again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Andy, very quickly, can I just ask you something that's got nothing to do with what we're going to talk about? But I meant to ask you and ask you before I forget. You know, you said the other day about the Big Bang Theory that one of
Yeah.
your favorite episodes is in the middle of season 5. I think that's what you said. Might be 6.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what you said. What one is it? Just so I know, or indeed, because there was what happens in that episode, because I was trying to find it as we went through it. And I'm like, any minute it's going to be this one. It's going to be, and I'm
how
not sure which
far
one.
into it are you?
Oh, into season 7 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah. So it's one of my favorite to start up. It's when I forget the title, but it was like the beta test one, where it's I think it's the title is beta test something or other. But it's the one when like he's in the hallway to open it, and Sheldon's got the Spock statue, but it's the wrong one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's,
And he like looks into Penny's room, and then like the entire episode is like, yeah, it's all in his head, and he's imagining them getting together, and it never works. And but it is right then and there. Spoilers for anybody that hasn't seen it, is that's their final time. It's like when they first get together. So
nice.
It's the final time of they're together for the rest of the series. Sorry to spoil it for you, but yeah,
no, you're okay.
Yeah,
no.
the rest of the
cool.
series, it's like they finally like, all right, they work it out, and then you've probably gone past the other one too. The other my favorite one is when they're in the hallway in the episode. Leonard and Penny are in the hallway fighting because Leonard's jealous of the British guy.
Yeah.
Her class, and she finally she goes, I don't know what your problem is. You know I love you. Blah 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 blah. And Leonard's like, and she goes,
said it. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go. I know I'm gonna cry, and we all know you're gonna cry. That one's so great. Yeah. So.
Okay, cool. Right. So there are others who want to know as well. So now I can tell them. That's good. All right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Right. Good to know.
Yeah, that was it when they finally get
together. Forget to ask.
So. Yep. That was it.
All right.
So.
Okay. Do you want to talk raffles? Quick promo for the raffle?
Sure. We could talk raffles. We could talk. So we now have. If you need any information, you can go to, and I'll put it in the chat right now. It's going to be in the show notes from here going forward. But it'll be it's a nice, boom. There we go. It's in the chat. Go to brightsidehometheater.com/Movember raffle, and all the information's there. It's on the website. Brightside Home Theater Movember mega raffle, how to enter, donate any amount to Ryan Davies' official Movember page, and then forward your receipt to me, DJ at brightsidehometheater.com. And then, as it says there, done every penny until November 30th. And that's your entries. And it's like bonus packs. So it's $5 for a single entry, $25 for 6, $50 for 14, $100 for 30, $150 for 50 entries, $200 for 75 entries, $250 for 100 entries, $300 for 150 entries, and $500 for 300 entries. And now the prizes, in no particular order, but we'll go with Kaleidoscape Strato M movie player, USA only, according to Kaleidoscape.
I bet.
Yep. Just because they were like the taxes and import, all that would be crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's even the wrong power socket. I mean, that could be a problem as well.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Another one. Another prize is round trip airfare and one night hotel in Denver for CEDIA 2026. USA destinations, or USA round trip only. People in the chat were mentioning, like, if I get to the US, can you fly? I'm like, yep. So if you're coming from like anywhere else and you say fly into New York, I'll fly you the rest of the way. So something like that.
Personally, your arms get tired?
Yeah, exactly. Or you could swim. I don't care how you get to New York, but
cycle.
Another one is a custom bookshelf speakers, hand built by Ira Dadarian, the HT guys, US and Canada.
The Oscar-winning
Ira Dadarian. And I'm trying to find a link or something, a picture to put in there. If anybody isn't familiar with his work, it's like, so what he does is he builds these speakers out of, aged wood, historical wood, and he's going to work with you, whoever the winner is. He'll work with you on building a bookshelf size speaker, because he's like, I don't want to do a tower. He has done them, but yeah, he's going to do that. Then there's also another prize is an SVS SB 1000 Pro subwoofer, USA and Canada. And then we also have the custom framed art box set of all 5 Indiana Jones films from Paul Hurt. So like what he did last year. There we go. What he did last year for Lawrence of Arabia, he's doing for the box set. And what's interesting, more than interesting, but it's the box set of the 4 movies, and the 5th isn't included, but he's including the 5th and recreating the artwork. So and that is worldwide, because he's over there. So he ships to here. Last year the winner was in Canada, it was Gurinder, so he got it there. So but I also do have it in the whatchamacallit, the terms and conditions. If it's over $75, maybe they can pick up the difference to help Paul out from all the work. So but yes, so, and the way it's going to work is we're going to draw it on December 2nd, the first Tuesday of the month. So this goes till the end of the month. Get your receipts in before the end of the month, so we have the whole month to raise the money. And then when we call it, we'll call it live. We'll call the tickets live, and I'll email you, so you don't have to be here to claim it and choose, but you'll have like 24 hours to choose from the time. And then once the first place person is chosen, that's how it's going to go. First place gets first pick of everything. Second place gets what's left. Third place, and so forth, all the way down. So what's going to happen and then the final thing was, as a bonus to any Brightside Home Theater patron, if the Cedia trip is still there and they would like the Cedia trip, they could pick the Cedia trip and something else that's there. So because I want to say thank you to the patrons, give them the opportunity. And that's, one of the ways I thought I could do it. I didn't want to just do flat out, you get to pick 2, because what if like a bunch of patrons want it, and then, or, 2 patrons and then they're all gone. But yeah, so I wanted to do that to say thank you, because to be honest with you, it's like, that's how I'm justifying I can pay for this trip with the help of the patrons. And you just have to be a patron in good standing for that year. So it's like, not just for the month of November and then you drop out, because then I'll be like, oh, thanks a lot. But, we're going to get a patron up, hopefully, with that. If not, that's fine too, because, it is what it is now. But yeah, so there's that. And then, like I said, draw date is December 2nd, live on YouTube, every penny, blah, blah, blah. And you can just go to, the links are in the show notes, go to all the money. It makes it easy. Then, it's not going through me. I'm not taking the money. You go right to Ryan's page, and a bunch of people already have. I haven't checked recently. Let me check now. But I know just by the people that have sent me the emails, between what we raised on YouTube and what people have already given to Ryan, we have already raised almost $1,000 for him. It might actually be more.
Nice.
Than that, I know. It definitely is more than that because I'm including this month's patron support. So yeah, so keep that going. And a lot of people are saying anonymous, and be like, from Brightside, they'll say it's an anonymous donor, but then the comments, Brightside Home Theater. But Carl already, he donated $250. So he's got, thank you, Carl. That's awesome. Todd did 100.
Which Carl?
Carl, our Carl with a K.
Okay. Yeah.
Carl in the chat. We know Carl. Carl Machichi, it says. You can go to the Movember page and you see everybody there. John Mensor, he started this off with $100, and that was before we even were on the air. He knew because he was in the patron chat last week. So he started right away. Todd gave 100, and then anonymous supporter, Home Theater, $100. Let's see, and then we got a few more today. Anonymous supporter, $50, 250s today. They're anonymous supporter, but I got the email, so I know who they are. So, but on the page it just says anonymous. So,
no, man, it's awesome.
we're
Really
cranking
good.
away. So
Mm.
yeah.
What's
So I wanna get
interesting
that
for me
number way
is
up there.
how the prizes are growing exponentially year on year. Like, the year
Yeah.
one, it was kind of, we were scrabbling around a little bit, weren't we? Because it was all so new. And then last year it was like, well, okay, we've got a bit more, but then this year on again, now
Yeah.
we've got Kaleidoscape coming in as well as SVS. And,
Yeah.
it's kind of just seems
SVS
to
has
be
been
growing
there
each
all
year.
along.
Yeah.
I tried. I tried with, and it's not really them. Okay, it's not really their fault. It's like I reached out to Kaleidoscape the first year and last year, but I got to them too late, right? And there's paperwork and stuff to do stuff like this because it's all gotta. I mean, this is serious stuff. And according to, like, I think I have to send them, like, for the Kaleidoscape, I think I have to send like a 1099 for taxes because it's over $600. So it's like
okay.
it's like serious stuff. It's all in the terms and conditions that I had to put out, which is at the bottom.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, man.
every year it gets a little bit bigger, and that's what I want to do. So hopefully, and it's more of like how much initiative do I take and how early do I take it to be able to get this stuff.
Yeah.
Because
But
there's
I
people
also
out
think,
there that want to help us. So
yeah, well, this is it. But also, I think, and you'd be far too modest to say it, so I'll say it instead. Is your and the show's notoriety is growing as well. I mean, and I say this because Kaleidoscape now follow me on Twitter, and they they've found only through you. They wouldn't know me otherwise, and I think they realize the show is there. Even though I know we've had people from Kaleidoscape on, and talk and stuff, but I think they recognize the show and they recognize you, and it's a vote of confidence in the show as well. I think that they would be willing to put their names to it, because I'm sure they wouldn't do that to any show. I'm sure they wouldn't partner up with anybody. So I think that's encouraging as well. That's very cool of Kaleidoscape. And again, as you say, SVS have been there from almost from the beginning.
SVS has been there literally from the beginning. Yeah, they've given
so it's
something
very
every
cool.
year. So no
So,
questions. Nick wanted to be here Saturday night. He ended up, he was traveling and got stuck somewhere. He was texting me from the road, and he's like, I wanted to be there, but give this away. And I was like, okie dokie. Thank you very much. So yeah, and it's like I said, it's like, and that's why, and the idea of the way we're doing the raffle came from Ara. I was talking with Ara a few weeks ago on how to do stuff like this. I'm like, do I do like a separate raffle for this one? And he goes, no, do it this way. And I was like, that's fantastic, because then you have a shot at everything, and you also have a shot at winning multiple times. You're putting up 200, $200, $300, $500, and you're buying that many raffle tickets. Hey, well, I'm not going to tell you can't win multiple times. It's like, I want everybody to win, but only 4 to 5 people. Like, you could be the 5th person picked, but if patron takes a CD and at the 5th pick is going to be like, thank you for playing, and it's like, but it's like the idea, and like, I'm hoping to get enough entries, and it's like, I hate to say this, but I'm hoping there's a lot of disappointed people that didn't win, because that means there's a lot of people that donated to Movember for Ryan, and that's what it's about. It's like, it's fun to have the prizes, but it's about donating, so
it's a good cause. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Just briefly, just whilst we're talking that, Paul, a quick little bit of Last Jedi talk has just cropped up, and I feel it would be remiss of me not to dump on it some more. Oh, sorry, did I say that? To give my view of it. Because Paul Hurt said they stopped the Star Wars sequels after The Last Jedi, and I said, for me, it's Force Awakens and then Rise of Skywalker. There is no in between. And then Jordan's just saying he personally likes The Last Jedi for certain story elements. Now, the only bit of The Last Jedi that doesn't have me vomiting blood is I do like the as a lecturer, I do like and I do training and teaching and everything else, is Yoda's line to Luke when he says that we are what they grow beyond. That is the true burden of the master. And I love that. That line's awesome. All the rest of it's rubbish, but I do like that line, and I like the way he says that. And I just think that's a lovely summation of what it is to be a teacher, right there. Rest of it, not for me.
That's funny. Rest of it,
but
take it or leave it.
Yeah. Mainly leave it.
Yeah, exactly. Take it. And
anyway,
leave.
Yeah, there's a rabbit hole there. Let us not go down that hole.
Yeah.
Especially since we're nearly pushing an hour in. Let's do some experiences, Deej.
Let's get to some experiences. What do you want? What do you want to hit up on
Well,
first?
why don't, because if you're
I gotta
limited in
pull
what
up
you've
the
seen,
share screen
Yeah.
here. Boom, boom, boom.
well, why don't we do a twofer, which you can jump in on because you have recently reviewed these as well.
Okey
The blue
dokey.
stuff. So if we do that, then you can weigh in on those because not long ago. Is that a picture of a toilet? That's a picture down the toilet, Deej. I'm very concerned. Anything you want to confess?
No, it was a meme that I thought was funny.
Oh, before I go on, then, just because if you're talking memes, there's a particular person that will find this very funny. Can I just do this? 6'7". Right, there we go. Moving on.
What? Yeah,
man, it's all the kids these days, Deej.
I know.
These days.
It's
right,
so
now, what
funny.
time is
I
that?
know exactly
50
what
minutes
that
in.
is.
Right. Okay. Cool. Right. And
I know exactly what it is. I think it's funny because it's like, did you hear about it? It's like the first time in history that came up. That is just to anger the older generation. All the other ones that have ever happened, it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
it just was sayings. But all right, which one do you want to do here?
So the two blue ones. No, that's another. Well, that is blue, but the one that there's two of them. There you go. Well, we'll do 1 and 2. All right. Yeah, there you go. Right next to each other.
Oh, we haven't. You haven't done this yet.
Nope, you have. I
know
seen
I
when
have.
you did them. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
That's why I thought
Let me
we
see.
could jump in.
Hopefully you can hear. Here we go. Hopefully you can hear the audio. All right, here we go. Let's get this done.
Okay, so
it's not
kicking off today's experiences then with a twofer. So this is Tron on 4K disc, UHD, and Dolby Atmos, and then we'll talk Tron Legacy straight after. So yeah, Deej, you saw these, you reviewed these on Kaleidoscape before they had come out here.
Yes.
And I only then caught up with them several weeks after you'd seen them. But I've been itching to talk about them because so now my history with Tron is relatively limited. I mean, I did see it back in the day when it came out. Everyone of our age kind of did because it was a new visual experience. And I'd always thought, though, it looked hokey. Even back in the 80s, I thought it was all pretty low rent and a bit silly. And I never really kind of got on board with it particularly. So I came to this with a little bit of trepidation. I wasn't quite sure whether I was going to really like this or not, but I bought the 4K disc because, why not? So I was very pleased to report I actually rather enjoyed this, watching it again now, decades after I last saw it.
Were you surprised?
I've never owned it. Well, I was surprised because, like I said, I always kind of thought it was so hokey and silly that I never really, I don't think I probably gave it a chance. I've never owned it on video, DVD, or Blu-ray. This is literally the first time I'd owned it. But where they say that the experience can be enhanced by the delivery system, Deej.
Heard that, yeah.
I've read that somewhere.
Every now and then you hear,
yeah, exactly. This is the perfect textbook example of that, because I think the Tron disc, I'm talking the first one, we'll come on to Legacy. I thought this was really, really good. And I think they've tweaked it so that it still looks like the movie that we remember from when we were kids, but they've somehow enhanced it and made it look less hokey. And I suspect that's the HDR doing that, by the way, and also some clever remastering, because the computer stuff in this, whilst of course it's rudimentary because it's some of the first CG animation ever, looks absolutely fantastic. And in fact, that image there gives quite a nice representation of the saturation of the colors, the sharpness of those visuals, and just how good that looks. Some of it looked absolutely awesome, admittedly in a rudimentary way. I really did enjoy this. I thought this is really sort of got me right into this. I was thoroughly enjoying it, and I thought it was good. And I followed the story a lot better. I was much more engaged with it. Both video and audio are very good indeed. So I was very pleased with this, and definitely the best I've ever seen or enjoyed Tron. So I thought it was great, and you liked it too, didn't you? The first one.
Oh yeah. And I thought today's technology enhanced the showing off the technology then. Yeah,
Yes.
Sophia.
Yeah.
6'7". 6'7". That's the way you're supposed to say it or whatever.
6'7".
6'7".
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that like seeing it in 4K, HDR, seeing that the great contrast, light cycles and the whole, but then also like those scenes where they showed the like people, the workers like inside the computer, like where like those quote sets or whatever they had to do there and how rudimentary everything was back then. And it's like, you know, a computer had like 256 megabytes of memory. That was a big deal. That was huge back then. Now it's like, that's a picture, you know, it's like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
you know, but it's to show, it's like today's technology, you know, our display technology is showing off the difference. You know, it's really, that's why it's like, this is one of those movies that could potentially have not aged well, but it's the ages you're trying to show, right? Because then the next one comes out and it's what, 2000 and what were you at, 14, something like that, 10, 14, I forget.
2010 it was the next one.
Was it 10? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that was Legacy. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's, you know, obviously no pun intended, but light years away in technology and it showed, right? And it's, I haven't seen the latest. I can't wait to see the latest one, but yeah.
Well, it was very good indeed, and I think perhaps I mean I don't know what you think about it, Steve, but I also think perhaps the limited color palette of the first one plays into HDR and the wider color gamut more than some movies do. So because they're not primary. Now, look, I'm no expert here, DJ, and I know I'm straying into very tricky waters talking to an artist. Okay, but they're sort of the almost primary colors of some, you know, the very red and the very blue, and then the sort of white. I know they're not primary colors. I don't know.
Red and blue is primary. White is all. White is all colors.
There we go. Oh, there we go. Right, there we see.
In light, when it comes to light. Yeah.
And so I think that seems to be enhanced more, it seems, with HDR and again the WCG, because it just leapt off the screen. I mean, it looks beautiful when you see this stuff. And then somehow less hokey, less kind of weird than I'd seen them before. Yeah. So that's an interesting use of the newer technology, I think.
Yeah. It's like you're using high resolution, and this is where I think the resolution does come into play. The HDR is obviously great, but this is where the resolution really comes into play, because you're using high resolution to show off a low resolution back then. Right. Yeah. And then so I just thought, you know, the entire, and especially when you go right into the next one, you know.
Yeah. Which talking of which.
Speaking of which, there you go.
Okay, so Tron Legacy then. So 2010's Tron Legacy, which definitely pushes it on again. I mean, the story I think is probably a little bit sub-Matrix, personally, but I think if there is a weakness to Legacy, it's in the story. Where it is absolutely not is in its audio and video presentation. So story's okay. I think you just kind of, with me, I just had to sort of just let it go. I just kind of, you know, it is what it is. Again, I don't think it makes a lot of sense. It doesn't really hold up, but it's okay. But you're never less than entertained because of how exceptional this looks and sounds. Now, for me, this does have variable aspect ratios. Of course, we should make that clear, which is awesome. But I think looking at this, and I mean, Jordan is very effusive in the chat about how he says it looks, Tron Legacy. I think this disc, if no others, and I've been going on about this forever, as you know, Deej, but I think this disc in particular renders the argument between 3D and 4K moot. There is no question in my mind that this movie shows, this presentation, should I say, shows that 4K done well just can be as three-dimensional as any 3D, and you don't have to give up the image quality of the brightness and everything else. I put some shots up on Twitter from this, because there's a couple of shots where there's the army of the programs or whatever it is, and then you've got Clue down the end, spoiler alert, which looks genuine, as three-dimensional as anything I've seen on my screen, and that's a 3D screen. It was fantastic. It looks beautiful. The colors are incredible. The details unbelievable, and the three-dimensionality of it is almost constant, especially when it moves from your 235 to your your full 185, as it were. That just looks fantastic and is awesome.
It really sucks you in. Like,
yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah.
Like,
it may not be a reference movie, but I think it's a reference presentation.
yeah.
Because this is the kind of thing you could put on and wow anybody with this. You know, you put on these sequences, you know, the light cycle sequence or anything like that. And I know Shane's a big fan of it, isn't he? Because he talked about it, you know, on one of the Takeover Tuesdays. I think this is a reference presentation. Anyone will go in, sit them down, go, right, watch this. The jaw's just going to hit the floor. I mean, it's awesome. And it sounds great, looks great. And I've got the 3D Blu-ray of this. I haven't compared them because I don't need to. I watched the 3D one a few times. This is way better, way better. So yeah, in my mind, there is no argument. 4K done well is better than 3D. It is as simple as that, in my view. And this is very clear proof of it.
Yeah, it is. Again, the battle scene towards the end, the thunder or whatever or how he is it thunder, if I remember right?
Well, there's thunder, there's rain as well. You've got rain and you've got thunder. You've got you've got all of it, haven't you? This one has it all. Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, the full engagement around the room. But yeah, the picture on this is just, and the aspect ratio is another one where I think it works, and it does. It sucks you into the movie. It gives it heightens those scenes figuratively and literally. It's just so much fun. And after seeing this one, I was like so excited for the latest one.
Yeah.
And then, you know, hearing some of the reviews, but then getting excited again, hearing Shane saying, no, it's fun. Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Let's go. Because that one there, you could see just from the trailers, the HDR is going to be awesome on that at home.
The Tron movies have a visual language all of their own, don't they? And it just translates to this high tech delivery systems that we happen to have. You know, it's just perfect for it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Ares as well. But this was stunning. I mean, the music, the bass, you know, the Daft Punk music and the pumping of the bass, and when they go into the sort of the nightclub thing with Michael Sheen, you know, that's all very, very cool. And I mean, it's great. It really is. So yeah, I mean, Steve Att saying, I guess I need to move up the Trons on my watch list. Yeah, Steve, do so. I mean, I'm not suggesting you watch the streams. If you can get the discs, it's worth getting them, because these are very good indeed. And again, maybe not the best story, but as a home theater experience, they are right up there. So roll on Ares. I don't know. I wonder if it'll hit this side of Christmas. Probably not, I would have thought.
You got another,
I would have thought.
I don't know, Disney. You got another 2 months basically. It'll be close. It'll be close.
Might be January. Might just creep.
I mean, it might go to streaming before then, so I might have it on Kaleidoscape. But
they seem to have stopped that now, where it hits Disney Plus, then disc. It seems to kind of be. I mean, although having said that, they did that with LEO, didn't they? But it seems to be like with Fantastic Four, it's disc, then it's Disney Plus like a couple of weeks after. So I think they're kind of they've adjusted their release strategy there. But yeah, I mean, it'll be great if it does hit before Christmas. That would be good. But
it would be nice.
It's a day one buy for me, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm really excited for it. So
yeah, me too. Me too.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see. Now we're gonna go back to well, I didn't even mean to say it that way, but yeah, I figured I would bring this one up here. This is the one we talked about on Saturday, but I thought it was worth revisiting for anybody that hasn't seen it, because it is a home theater experience, and I think I alluded to it on Saturday. But so Apple TV or iTunes, you can buy it, $9.99. Return to Auschwitz, the survival of Auschwitz.
Yeah.
The survival of Vladimir Monk. Directed by our buddy Paul Frederick, PF Productions. In the chat.
Man. Oh, okay. Wow. Goodness me.
So if you haven't
what a subject.
Yeah. So if you haven't heard that chat, we chatted about this on Saturday morning. And again, just another one of those coincidences. John Thompson was helping me out. We had some gaps here and there earlier in the week, and I was like, "Hey, can you jump in potentially?" So he had the I had sent him the links for the day, and he just had some time and he jumped in. He did, and I think by the time John jumped in, he didn't know Paul was going to be there or anything about Paul, to be honest with you. And then they started talking, and Paul went into go and watch it, because that's what it's about. That's it. Go and listen to the back and forth and everything Paul went through to get this movie made. Literally labor of love. And it's all there on YouTube, and I'll probably put that out again, put that piece out on a Takeover Tuesday again too, because it's worth for people that haven't heard it, that conversation. But home theater experience wise, it's 56 minutes, unrated, HD, 5.1.
What's it on, Deej? What streaming?
iTunes.
Okay.
I bought it on iTunes for $9.99. You can rent it for $3.99. Let's say, or you can.
Trying to find.
Yeah, it was on iTunes. So,
PF, is it out in the UK? Do you know? Because I can't see.
I can send a link to people that it wouldn't be on iTunes, but he sent me a link for it.
Okay. Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to search
I
here.
can send you that link, or he could.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to be giving out to everybody, but
no.
But Steve,
Well, it's definitely in my wheelhouse, but I can't find it on
Yeah.
I've just done a search on iTunes and it hasn't come up. So I don't know if it's being distributed
Amazon has
separately.
it. I believe he said
Oh.
Amazon has it.
Mhm.
iTunes has it. iTunes is the best, probably the best one for quality.
Yeah,
Check and
let's
see if
look
you can
and
find
see.
it there.
Yeah, sorry, man. I'm not trying to derail the show. I'm just trying to see what I
Yeah,
can...
no, that's okay. No,
Karen,
that's
so tell us
information
all
for
about it,
people.
Deej.
Yeah. So, absolutely amazing story. Okay. And this is one of those, like, you're crushed by the end of this. I came out of here, walked into the kitchen, and I'm like, Jenna and Larissa are out there, and they're like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I'll be all right in a minute." But it deserves to be seen in your theater too, because this one has variable aspect ratios.
Okay.
And just because like they're showing some older footage, so you go to like almost like a 4:3, like footage, older footage from literally from the 40s, not flashbacks, but historical pieces and stuff like that. But the way Paul shot this and some of the shots he has of Vladimir here, and it's like, like I said the other day, I'm like, you need to see this in your theater, because it's when it goes to that bigger shot, you're looking up at him, and I'm like, all I'm thinking is, this is what Snyder said when he was doing the Snyder cut. He's like, superheroes need to be seen in this aspect ratio, so they're larger than life. And it's like, this guy's like, literally like a real life superhero. When you hear his life story, everything he went through, and to end up with, for him to end up with a quote successful life, and going, you see his trajectory and everything in his life. But then, like, he even says he's 95 when they filmed this, and he's like, I survived because I wasn't a good person. He's like, survive there, you have to cheat and steal and hide and do all these things that you would never do. And, and it's like, this is how you survive, and it's like, and he's saying that, like, he's like, I know what I did, but this is what I had to do. But yeah. And then just, again, that's the story part, but I'm telling you, it's like, see this in your home theater, whether you get it on iTunes or on Amazon, or if Paul can send you one. It's definitely take it in, because there is some stuff. There's one scene in the 5.1 mix. There is one scene where they do a transition, and this low bass note that you're like, and you're like, oh, and it's just like, oh. I mean, the whole documentary cuts you in the gut.
No, well,
It's-
I did
yeah.
a year of what we call it A-level history over here. It's sort of I don't know what the equivalent in the UK, US would be, but we studied World War II and obviously particularly Nazi Germany and
Mhm.
you know what happened. So I have quite a bit of knowledge of this. So it'd be very, very interesting. But also, there is someone else who I want to show this to as well.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about, who I think would benefit from seeing this.
Oh,
And
yeah.
especially given
Absolutely.
modern
And-
times. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I mean it's incredibly harrowing stuff. I'm sure.
Yeah. Paul talked about a story on Saturday about schools aren't really teaching this, and there's a lot of people. One student, they showed this to a school
In the US,
yeah, and one of the kids in the front row or something like that said, "Yeah, my dad said that this isn't real." So they showed it, and then out walks Vladimir Monk. And he's like, yeah, watch that kid. It's like, here comes the survivor. And you're going to look at that guy, look at this man and say, yeah, that wasn't real. And it's like, it's just that impactful. It's like,
yeah.
so, but yeah,
I'm not-
definitely go check out like the YouTube. It's in the first segment, first YouTube video from Saturday. And it's probably at about 10 o'clock. So, I would say like 4 or 5 hours in, you can just scrub through. Hey, thanks, Ed.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
Thanks,
cheers,
Edward.
thanks.
That's awesome. 1999 super chat. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
20
cheers,
bucks.
man. So yeah, PF, if you could send, I'll get Deej to text you my email address. That's okay. I really want to see this. I mean, one of the things I do want to do, and when the person that I'm talking about gets to an appropriate age, I want to go to Auschwitz. I've not been, and I want to take that person to it.
After seeing this, you're there. It's that good. It's like, obviously it's no substitute for being there, but this is that good. And the clarity of the shots, just like we talked later in the day to Eddie, John Menso's brother, Eddie, and his Hazard, and you're seeing these, and like this one's shot in HD, and Paul shot this all by himself. It's like, multiple cameras driving, traveling around Europe, and multiple lenses, he said. He's just like, boom, boom, boom. But it's like, even just seeing the shot I'm showing you right here, and it's like he had some other ones that are like, you're looking up at him, and it's like, and they're crying or whatever, and the emotion that he was a rock for the most part. It was his companion, this woman, so you get to see it through her eyes, and that's where it really kind of takes off. And it's like she says some stuff. I don't want to spoilers, but she says one thing in this that I was just like, boop. It just, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. Great editing, great, cinematography. And again, the 5.1, there's some stuff like dialogue is all towards the front. It's a documentary, right? But then they have the music. The music is recessed into the room. And there are some, when it goes silent, it's like, that's when you're like, when it holds the emotion and you're like, what the heck? It's like, geez. So absolutely check this out in your theaters.
Yeah. No, I mean, PF saying he's got stereo, not 5.1. That's okay, PF. This is a movie I want to see. Sorry, documentary that I want to see. I mean, it's in my wheelhouse. He says we don't go gruesome with it. Yeah, no, it's okay.
No, not at all.
Rest assured, as part of the studying that I did, with the things that we've seen and the stuff we've seen. Yeah, I mean, don't need to see that. Certainly not in HD. So yeah, no, it sounds like a very personal story, and I'd would very much like to see this. And it's not available over here. I mean, you say if Jordan can't find it and I can't find it, and it's not in Oz either, then it must be a US thing. So if any way that I can see it, I'd be, I want to see it. So,
and that was part of the issue. That's what we talked about on Saturday, is like the issue that he ran into, because they did this in 2020, and right when they were done filming it, COVID hits. And you can hear about that, and it's funny. It's like, hear the whole entire story, and like I said, John Thompson was there, and John's like, "If I knew you back then," Paul's like, "I wish I knew you back then."
Yeah, because if anyone could get it onto someone's list, it would be John.
He had John had names right there. He's like, I could have said it was somebody in Texas. I could have done that. I'm like, oh my god, it's like,
I mean,
you hear that.
who John doesn't know isn't worth knowing.
Yeah.
You know,
I was
mean,
just
you know,
talking to John about 15 minutes before the show. He's got a director that he wants to get on. And he was like, oh, she really wants to come on. I'm like, all right. Like,
oh, good. I mean, nice to
and
speak
she's
to
from
Catherine Bigelow.
she's
Sounds great.
from the Boston area too. He was talking to her.
Okay.
He was
Oh,
literally
man,
in the middle of talking to her. So I'm kind of excited for that.
Yeah, no, that'll be awesome. Well, like I said, his Rolodex is full to bursting.
Yeah.
So no, that sounds really interesting. Like I said, I definitely want to view this. So yeah, PF, if you could, I'd really appreciate that. So thanks for that. Oh, nice one. Thanks, Steve, for flagging that up as well.
No problem. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for bringing it and being on Takeover Tuesday last week. It's awesome. So, and we didn't even talk about this on our Takeover Tuesday. Talked about it when we were done recording, and that's why I'm like, we got to do this Saturday.
Yeah,
so that's what we did.
But now, whatever I review now, Deej, now just seems very unworthy.
No, because we're more than that. It's like there's the ups, the downs, the goods, the bads, the sads, the dramas, the explosions. I mean, come on.
There we go. I think we have a request for the first time ever, Deej.
Oh, okie dokie. Here we go. Wow.
Good man.
From your keyboard to God's ears.
Hey, it's very nice for you to call me that, Deej. I mean, I don't like to brag too much.
Yeah.
I mean,
there you go.
Okay, so all right. I mean, equally depressing.
Yeah.
So this then is martyrs. Okay, Deej, ask me what's a martyr.
A martyr?
Yeah.
What's a martyr, Steve?
Yeah. What's the matter with you? Anyway. Sorry.
Okay,
it was worth a go, worth a try. Anyway,
what's the matter, you? Hey, I don't know.
Shut up in your face.
There you go.
Sing along.
All right, and we're out of here, everybody.
Karaoke.
That is not going out on a high note. It's going out on a bad note, actually.
Yeah, one note.
I don't think I did it.
Alrighty. So, all right. Anyway,
God.
back to the movie. So,
Here
this
we
is
go.
Martyrs, the 2000 and I want to say 2008, but I'm now going to double check because I don't want to get this wrong.
It's that old?
Yeah, 2008. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So this is a movie that came and went. It's a French film. Came and went. I hadn't heard of it until Don mentioned it when we were talking about movies that disturbed us. And I think he may have mentioned it with a separate chat we had a while back as well. I think he just recommended it. And so that came around again. And surely enough, wouldn't you know it, a special Masters of Cinema release came out literally like last week here. And as soon as I knew that, I picked it up and I watched it. And this is the one I was reading out a little bit last week that talks on the back of the box about extreme cinema and that the characters endure something that is beyond human comprehension and all this kind of stuff. So 2008, and I had never heard of it until Don mentioned it, and I watched it this week with some uncertainty as to whether it would be too much for me. Would I find it really disturbing? What was it going to be like? The story is a difficult one. It relates to a young girl 17 years before the main events of the film. She is young. She is subjected to all kinds of inhumane treatment, but physical abuse. Interestingly, that the movie makes the point at the beginning that it's only physical abuse. It's not sexual abuse. Which I thought was a bit odd, but anyway, it's just horrible. Anyway, but it does do that, and then it flashes forward 17 years later. We have this girl is now an adult. She is wrestling clearly with the trauma and the PTSD and the mental health impact of what happened to her as a child, and she and a friend revisit the location of this previous trauma, and unexpected events follow. Now, I'm not going to spoil it because there are people who are now interested in it. Again, Todd bought it and has watched it and said, I think he sent me a tweet earlier just saying something like the whole thing's out of whack.
Yeah.
It took him, and he said he watched it like last night and he went to bed and was thinking about it overnight and literally said it's only this morning that he's been able to process it. And then said, So anyway, but he said he didn't enjoy it, but he was riveted by it, sort of thing. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he was getting at. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so okay. Now, in terms of the extremeness of it, I don't doubt that in 2008 that it was extreme. I don't doubt that that would have caused controversy. The director was inspired by Hostel, so Eli Roth's movie, which gave birth really to torture porn.
Yeah.
I hate that phrase, but there it is. And he was inspired by that and made this. And I've no doubt that at that time it would have been shocking, and it is quite shocking now, even now. There's a lot of misogyny. I mean, it is men assaulting women and doing things, which is very, very unpleasant. However, and this is the stage where you're just going to say, well, of course, Steve.
Yeah.
I've seen many films newer than this that push it way further than this. This isn't quaint. It's not that, it's not that out of thing, but it is no longer, in my view, extreme cinema. I mean, if you've seen The Human Centipede 1, 2, and 3, if you have seen Terrifier 1, 2, and 3, if you have seen those movies, and indeed a number of others, The Green Inferno is another one as well, Eli Roth, and indeed Hostel 2. If you've seen those movies, they push it even further than this, and especially Terrifiers. So it's not extreme to me or to anyone I think who's seen those movies. Any sickos that have seen them won't look at this and think that it's gone to the edge, because it hasn't, given modern sensibilities. But it is a very interesting film. Again, it's not a movie that you enjoy. It's not a movie you're supposed to love. It's a movie that is supposed to unsettle and challenge, and it does that. But some of the impact, I think, has lessened because of the passage of time. As I said, if I'd seen this in 2008, I think I would have been very, shaken by it to a certain extent. But now it's not quite like that. So I think you should bear that in mind. But it is interesting. DJ, I'm not, in all honesty, mate, I'm not sure it's one for you. Because it's not a horror film. It's not that. It's hard to put it into a genre, really. It's because it's a drama, I suppose it is, but it's more graphic than your average drama. So it's a sort of genre-bending film. But I'm not sure I'd recommend it to anyone other than people that are okay, and I'll say okay, that are prepared to watch what is torture porn. Again, I'd hate to use that phrase, but it's what it is to a certain extent. So anyway, but I'm really glad I've seen it. I'm really glad I own it. I mean, thanks to Dom for recommending it, because it's a touchstone movie. It's the sort of film that is a stepping stone on the way to where we are now with these movies, and it's an important touchstone in it. So I'm very glad that he recommended it. Otherwise, this would have passed me by and I wouldn't have seen it. So I'm glad I've done that. Now, in terms of the home theater side of it, so it's 4K, it's DTS HD 5.1. It is of its time. It clearly wasn't a high or a big budget movie by any means. So it's a very clean presentation. They've obviously done a lot of work on the master. Looks to have been shot digitally, as I presume in 2008 it would have been. But it's looking very clean. It's detailed. The effects work, and there's a lot of makeup of work on it. Still looks very, very detailed, even in the increased resolution. And the sound is perfunctory. I mean, it is for this kind of movie. This is not a movie that is designed to be seen this way. It's not an attractive looking or indeed sounding movie, but then that's entirely intentional. It is the way to see it if you're going to see it, and if you're into this kind of thing, big screen. Again, it's one of the cool things about having our own cinema rooms. You certainly wouldn't want to be watching this in John Sacconi's, because when the other half comes home and sees this on the big screen, you're out on the street in about 3 seconds. So being able to watch, because they're just like, what are you watching? Whereas watching it in our own cinema rooms, doors shut, lights out, you can just kind of engage with it and not then have to apologize to anyone else that might kind of come wandering in. So, yeah, it's worth seeing. It's worth owning. It's a really interesting movie, but only those that are interested in what I've said about it and what Dom says and what Jordan says need apply. It's not for everyone by any means. And those that do see it, again, other than John and Dom that know, I'll be really curious to see what you think. As I said, Todd was a bit shaken by it. It's not his normal film, I don't think, but he did. He having had time to digest it, seemed to have been interested by it, if that makes sense. But he said he's never going to watch it again.
Yeah, I could see that. Had he seen any of the Terrifiers? Do you know?
Do you know what? I don't know. I don't think he has, because he's not. He likes thrillers. He likes horror thriller movies. Sorry for me to
Yeah,
talk.
I think
on
he's
it.
like me. Like he likes them a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, quite.
he'll get a little bit more towards your genre, like to what you
Mm.
like, but I'm more
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is grounded. There's no supernatural anything in this. This
Yeah.
is horror done by, from man to man or woman to woman, as it
Right.
were. There's no supernatural silliness in this. This is properly done, but it is exploitative.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where you'd fall off from it. And as I say, Todd, I don't. Yeah, he's more into some of the schlocky stuff than you, but even he was a little bit kind of glad I've seen it. Won't be going there again.
Yeah.
In fact, it'll be the first thing I talk to him about when we're next on together, because I do want to ask him in more detail about it. So next time he's on and we're all on, then we'll broach the subject.
Cool.
He won't forget it. Put it that way. He won't forget that he's seen it. There we
Yep.
go.
It's memorable, nice in a bad way.
Oh, it is, it is that.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Do you have one you want to end with? Because I have one more. I have one
should we?
more.
Okay. Well, do you want to do that one, or do you want to save it?
I'll do mine. Well, what do you have, like a big show title one you want to do? Because I could do this. I don't even know if you've seen my next one.
Okay. Well, I have got one. We could do the one that's the guy in red there. It's on that image.
Oh,
I mean, We've
okay.
done that before. We can do that one
Yeah.
another time, but this one is a fairly big release. Criterion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm curious to see whether you've seen this. Yeah.
A long time ago.
Okay.
So
Well, do you want to do your one and then we'll end on this, or do you want to end on your one? And we'll do this one now.
Yeah, I'll do mine, and then we'll go to this
Okay.
one, and we'll see which one we think would be. See if you've seen this one yet.
Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look. Jaws. Yeah, I've seen that.
Jaws. Nope.
Star Wars Episode 4. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Let me see if I can get the audio to play on this.
Yeah.
Seen that
Haven't.
You haven't.
Haven't.
Get
No,
it.
heard of it.
So we're talking A Monster Calls from 2016. And it's in HD on Kaleidoscape. It's only in HD, 5.1, DTS Master Audio 5.1, upmixed, of course. This is a story of a little boy it says, to cope with his mother's illness, a bullied 12-year-old receives help from a monster who immerses him in fantastical stories. And this was recommended. Paul's Perfect Picks, I think, was the title of one, Paul Frederick again. And this is one of the ones I bought while we were recording. And I was like, all right, I'll take it. I mean, he raved about the audience. Like we did that. Like I said, we talked about this last week. It came out on Thursday. Absolutely a reference audio disc. Absolutely. DTS Master Audio. It's got bass. It's got detail. It has like everything. You're going to see it, Steve, when you see this. I'm telling you, it's like if you would think it was done by Nolan, because Christopher Nolan doesn't like to do anything in Atmos. He just uses 5.1. This is 5.1, and you'd swear it was Atmos. And of course, I'm up mixing it, but the monster is, as you can see by the graphic there, it's the tree. Voiced by Liam Neeson. The voice Liam Neeson uses is you'll feel it's very familiar. It's very deep. It just resonates, and I use that word on purpose. It just resonates through your room.
Is this Bayona that directed this? Is this Juan Antonio Bayona or something like that? Director of The Impossible.
J.A. Bayona, I think it was. Bayona. I wouldn't know how to
Juan
say
Antonio.
it.
He's Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. I thought it was. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sigourney Weaver's in it. Felicity Jones, which is funny because you see right below there, you got Rogue One.
Yeah.
on the Kaleidoscape. Pretty funny.
It's £6.28 on Amazon.
Oh my God.
Blu-ray.
Get
On
two.
Blu-ray. Yeah. Well, only one left in stock. All right, let me order it before someone else does. Quick.
It is. I mean, the audio in it is. We'll get back to that. The video, it's 1080p HD. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. The special effects look gorgeous. The monster, the tree, the detail in the depth in the shadows. His eyes are like fire. They're like, they light up. I mean, everything looks gorgeous through this movie. It is beautiful. Reeves receives help from a monster who immerses him in fantastical stories. So it's his imagination, right? As you're going through this, the way they use the audio in this, it's all heightened. As soon as he goes into the imagination part of it, his imagination is larger than life. The audio becomes larger than life. There's beautiful ambient sounds when he's not in his imagination. You can hear crickets at the back of the room. You can hear other ambient little noises around the room. There's one particular scene where he is in the fantasy world, and he immediately comes out of it, or you as the viewer come out of it, and the noise level in the room drops down, but there's still an action taking place. Okay, so like in the fantasy world, he's doing something, and when you come back, you see in reality what he's doing, and the noise level drops down, and it's like it is just so like poignant to exactly what's going on and how like torn up in his head he is, and then what comes out in real life and how it's reality just it's not nailing it for him. It's like it's not enough the what he needs to do. It was awesome. I was literally blown away by this movie, emotionally, visually, audibly, but I mean, it's one of those another one of those movies that has it all. I mean, it's a fantastic. How have I not heard of this? Probably the same way Paul was like, it looks like a fantasy movie for kids or something like that. So why would you sit down and see it? And as he said last week, is like him and his wife were like, oh yeah, we'll try it out, and they did, and he was like, what the hell? And it is absolutely amazing.
Get the sounder ready, Deej. I have ordered it.
There we go.
There you go. Done. So there we go.
I'm trying to get this. There's something going on with there it is. No, stroking the bald cat. No, that's not what I wanted.
I hope that's not a euphemism.
No, it's like this. My board, everything here is like acting up. It's like I have to hit the button and it won't play. There's something wrong with this thing. It's not happy that I recorded for 25 hours.
Exactly. That's it. It's like, you're going to get our own back. You make us work for that length of time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. No, I've bought that anyway. £6, man. That's great. What value?
Yeah. Oh,
and that'll be here on Thursday.
I can't wait for you to see it. I can't wait for you to see it. But yeah, Paul is like, thanks for that recommendation. Is another one of Paul's picks. Perfect. Paul's perfect picks. Absolutely amazing.
It's like an interesting movie about child trauma. That'll be interesting in and of itself. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, maybe if you see it next week, we could end on it and we can do some spoilers afterwards or something. Cause I have some stuff that it's
wait, who is the killer?
Yeah.
The butler, obviously.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh man.
Butler
Okay, cool.
So yeah. Absolutely. And for anybody else out there, I'm like, grab it if you have kids, if you don't have kids. But it is like I said to Paul, like Casper, I own Casper for the audio. This here blows that away now, obviously. But it's like, put this in your collection it's a demo disc for audio beginning to end. It's just that dynamic. And it's part of the story too. So, and what I was going to say about Liam Neeson's voice in it, it's like Optimus Prime. But even like growly or like angry, but you feel you hear some like Optimus Prime notes in there. There's a couple scenes like that too, where you go, oh, that's kind of like this scene from the first Transformers. So, but great movie, great movie. So
okay, right. Well, there we go. That has been ordered and is winging its way to me. Be here Thursday. I'll try and watch it for next week. I should be able to. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah. Cool. All right. Nice.
So, what did you want to do? This?
Yeah. Do you want to do that one? Yeah.
Here we go. Let me see. Hang on. Let me see if I can get the audio to play. This thing's bothering me today. All right, here we go.
All righty then. So this is David Cronenberg's Criterion Collection just released version of A History of Violence. From now, again, it always escapes me of what the 2005. So there you go. So going back in time, 20 years. Goodness me, since this came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, seen it, Deej, but not for a long time.
Not for a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you seen it many times?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not
All
many
right.
times.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, I've seen this movie lots and lots and lots of times. I own this. I think I only owned it on Blu-ray because 2005 would have been about right. I don't think I had the DVD. I think it's Blu-ray. Might have been DVD as well, in fairness, because it's my kind of film, this one. And so this now is then the 4K UHD and in DTS HD 5.1. Came out here last week in the UK, and it jumped straight to the top of the watch pile. I think I watched it almost the same day, if not the day after. And what did you think of it when you saw it back in the day? Did you enjoy it? Think it was okay, or not really remember much about it?
Yeah. I mean, I went to see it because I knew it was like from a graphic novel.
Yeah.
So it was, you know what I mean? And I was like, it was good. It was really good. But I was like, at the time, I think I remember being like, all right, this is from like a comic book, but it's not a comic book. It's a graphic novel. You know what I mean? But it's, uncomfortable, but that's the point.
Yeah.
And but it very, very well done from what I remember.
Yeah.
What I remember. I remember walking out going, when you're like, you get sent in a different direction you thought you were going for, and then all of a sudden you're like, all right, but it's still that good that you just, that's what I remember about it. But I do remember it being difficult, and that's one of the reasons you go, I'm gonna revisit that all the time,
Well,
So,
quite. Yeah.
and I do like him.
Viggo Mortensen. Yeah.
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
All right. Well, so I've always, I think I've liked this movie for different reasons as I've matured in the last 20 years. I think when I first saw it, I kind of watched it on the level of a grindhouse exploitation sort of, violence. People get their comeuppance, the lots of blood, guts and gore. You'd never guess I was a horror fan. And so I think, when I first saw it, I sort of saw it at that level 20 odd years ago and thought, it's great. It's violent. It's gritty, that, it's an action movie type thing. But as I've got older and matured and then looking more beneath the surface, I think it only gets better in terms of what it's really trying to say. And rewatch it again now. I haven't seen it for a long time. I didn't have the Blu-ray, so in fact, it must have been the DVD. In fact, then because it's been such a long time since I've seen it, and so revisiting it now again, it gets deeper each time. And as I get older and mature with it, I see more to it. It's a riveting movie. I mean, again, the story is, for those that haven't seen it, Viggo Mortensen is in a small town in backwater USA, and he runs a cafe, and he's a mild-mannered guy. And one day, two people come walking into the cafe who are ne'er-do-wells who try to hold up the cafe, and our Viggo dispatches them. Spoiler alert, but it is early in the movie. And we quickly become to realize that maybe our Viggo isn't quite as mild-mannered as we thought, and he appears to be a man with a past. And that past then comes visiting, and various things ensue. So it's 90 odd minutes, Steve. Just really short. Again, it's just kind of straight into it. There's no messing about. And I really, really enjoy it. It's a heck of a movie. No one is miscast in this. No one is giving anything other than a really good performance. And I thought it was exceptional. It's a hell of a movie. You can't take your eyes off it. Everyone, and again, as they're saying in the chat, so you've got William Hurt, Ed Harris is in it, Maria Bello's in it. That's probably the bit you might remember, Deej. She's very memorable in this film. And so it's a hell of a movie, and I did enjoy rewatching it. And I never saw it in the cinema. I'm not sure why. I just didn't. And so this was the biggest screen I've seen it on. And it's great. Now, in terms of its HT presentation, now this is interesting because, of course, it's a Criterion release. And I always think Criterion do their mastering differently to a lot of the other studios. I think a lot of the other studios are trying to get as pristine as possible, especially Sony, Warner's. You know, they're trying to give you as pristine a presentation as possible. But I don't think Criterion do that. I don't think this is controversial, by the way. If it is, then, you know, apologies, everyone. This is my personal opinion. I think Criterion try to preserve the filmmaker's intent more than just about any other studio when they're remastering older movies. I mean, I think it's clear they get the filmmaker in, and they did with this. Cronenberg has signed off on this presentation, and I think they say to them, right, how do you want it to look? And if they want it to look like film and very organic, Criterion will achieve that. If they want it to look pristine, they'll do that. And I say that to say this: it looks like film. The video, it has texture to it. It's not beautifully bright. Don't let that image fool you. It's not, obviously it's not animated. But it's not ultra sharp. It's not ludicrously bright. It's not been tinkered with. The HDR pass on it is very subtle. And I think clearly that's deliberate. It looks like what I think the movie's harking back to, which is kind of the 70s kind of lean and mean thrillers from the 70s. And I think that is definitely preserved in this. It's not grainy. It's not, you know, there are no cigarette burns and pop, none of that. It's clean, but I think it definitely preserves the more washed out filmic look of movies of the 70s. So don't go into this expecting ultra razor sharp, super colorful. You won't get it. That's not what I think Criterion are going for here, and not what Cronenberg wanted. So they preserve that. So it looks good. You know, maybe even looks great, but it's not like the more modern movies, and it's not like even some of the modern remasters we've seen this year. But it does look very nice. Sound is good. Again, for this kind of movie, there's no big bang crash wallop scenes. There are gunshots, but it's supposed to be real, so it's more of the pop variety than the boom, you know, stuff that we're used to. It's not like that, but it is exactly what I think it was intended. So I thought it was very, very good indeed. I really enjoyed it. This is the one to watch. This is the version to own, and it'd be worth revisiting it, Deej. I'd be curious to see what you make of it again after 20 years of looking back on it.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see kind of whether, again, you're a bit like me with it, whether you've matured on it, because I still have some questions about the film's approach to violence. It's called A History of Violence deliberately, of course, but I think that I'm not sure. I think the film is trying to say violence begets violence and is a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure whether the movie earns that. I think the movie kind of presents him as violence achieves the ends that it does, and therefore that's all right then. I'm on the fence with what the movie's trying to say, so I'll be curious to see what you make of it, Deej, in that.
Yeah.
I think like I said, I think it wants to say violence is bad and doesn't achieve it, but I actually think the movie tries to have its cake and eat it and doesn't quite get there. But anyway, but that doesn't detract from the film. It's still very, very good. So yeah, if you do get a chance to see it, Deej, you know.
Yeah, now I'm intrigued. I might even just watch the Kaleidoscape just for the story part. I'm intrigued to see.
Well, I'll be curious to see what you make of it. Yeah, it's a bit like House of Dynamite. There's a little bit of an open ending.
Yeah,
but
if think... Carl's still in the chat, Carl Ellsworth, if he's still in the chat, I'd love to know if he's seen House of Dynamite yet.
Oh yeah,
because he was the moderator for me and Rich. And that was, which I thought was great. I told people like since then, I'm like, it was fantastic to work it. I mean, again, I schedule these things like that whole entire day is scheduled based on everybody else. Right. And a little peek behind the curtain when I was scheduling it out, it's like Rich had asked for midnight like a couple months ago. I was telling him how I was going to go, and he's like, I think I might want to do midnight this year. I think he already knew he had something that day. It was like, it might have been 2 months, 6 weeks ago, whatever. And then leading up to it, it was just this week. I said, is Ryan available for 11 so you guys can dovetail in with each other, you know, like you did last year? And he's like, yeah, he's cool with that. I actually turned people away. There were people that wanted the midnight hour, and because like the whole show is for Movember. The idea of it is to raise money for Movember. And these guys are coming in from #dork. They're not they're not like, they don't know, like if we just start talking all home theater, their eyes are going to glaze over. Like Rich is they can carry a conversation about it, but if we all start getting into the weeds, they're going to be like, what? Like they don't even know. Like they were saying today on their show about Kaleidoscape, they're like, I don't know what that thing is, but it looks fantastic, right? So I kind of wanted to give them their time, right? So I was turning, but Carl was there, and that's the other reason is I know people earlier are going to be on, and they're going to want to come in. So if I stop dropping people any other hour, I'd be like, yeah, sure, come in, join the group, So Carl is there, and it just worked out perfect. I didn't know what you can't plan this kind of chemistry, right? And it just worked. And then that, them enjoying talking to Carl, but then on top of that, me and Rich getting into, which I had known since earlier in the week. I'm like, I can't wait to do this. And Carl's watching us go back and forth. And I thought from Carl's perspective, he even says like, you're both making good cases. Like Rich really didn't like the movie. I really did. And we both had our cases. And poor Carl's sitting there going, now I got to go watch this movie. And he's right in the middle. Like, you know what I mean? Like if somebody tells you a movie's awesome, now you're going to go in and probably be a little disappointed because it's overhyped. But he had two people, one saying it's awesome, and another saying it's one of the worst. It's like, and I'm like, so I can't wait to see what he thinks of it, because he was kind of towards Rich, because he didn't like some of the writing style, like some of the, as he put it, like, what do you call it, tools or whatever to writing, that he's like, I'm not good with that. But I did read an article with Catherine Bigelow today. That was really good. But yeah, I'm interested to see what he thought of it. I'll have to.
Yeah, I think Carl will really like it, because I mean, bear in mind he's the writer of taut, tense thrillers.
Yes.
So the idea that the writer of Disturbia, the writer of Red Eye, the writer of Unhinged would go, oh, but not tense enough. I didn't like those sorts of kinds of movies. I mean, I think he's gonna love it.
Right. But it was interesting getting his perspective too. He's like, well, who's the protagonist? Who's the antagonist? And they're like, there's none.
Yeah.
And that's what's interesting. Like, there's none. We don't know. It's awesome. It's awesome. And it's like everything Carl was saying is true. Like, you need to have this to have a compelling story. It's like, yeah, in most cases. And I was making the argument like, I don't think you do here. And that was kind of the point. So yeah, it was really good. So,
well, the exception can prove the rule, I mean, and what makes it,
if you're going to break the rules, do it well. Right.
Yeah.
And that's the point. The rules are there in place for a reason. Like, this is how to have success. But the artists break outside that and still have, still have success.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We'll have to ask you. We'll definitely have to find out. I've just seen Todd's comment.
Yeah, I highlighted it. Yeah, I get that. Did you? Yeah, I hit that.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah. So Todd. So talking about Martyrs. Not a history of violence, I don't think.
Yeah, it's worth seeing, he said. So I bought it. Now I'm facing years of therapy. Thanks, Steve.
In fairness, I think when Todd bought it, I hadn't seen it at that point. I had bought it, but not seen it.
Yeah.
So yeah, apologies for that.
Yeah.
It's a movie for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, Todd, I don't know if you're still in the chat, whether you've seen, Hostel 2, whether you've seen the Human Centipede movies or the Terrifier movies we were asking about, wasn't it? If you haven't seen those, that's Martyrs is the PG to the Terrifiers R-rated, or indeed NC-17. So yeah, steer clear if you haven't seen them.
Did you happen to hear the clip of I should have had it ready today, of Todd that I played to open the show?
No. What was that?
I had the clip from 2023, March of 2023, when Todd called the shot of the 25-hour show, the 24-hour show, and he has zero memory of it. My recollection was he asked me, like, do you think you could do 24 hours? And I said, yes, of course. And then he goes on to say, you should do a 24-hour show for charity. Nope, that's not the way it went. He just literally bluntly comes out and goes, you should do a 24-hour show for charity. And then he goes, you could have somebody on every hour. You could book people every hour. You have guests come in every hour. But and then he asked, 24 hours. I said, oh, absolutely. But it was really like, I didn't remember it.
We're starting to lose your deeds. You're buzzing in and out.
I
buddy.
know. It's
Yeah,
awful. We got to get out of here. I
Yeah,
gotta get
let's
this
do
thing
this.
fixed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. All right. Before this goes crazy again, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but thank you everybody. Thank you for today. The chat is going crazy again. Very popular going. I mean, I can see the live viewers now. It's up in X, both our pages and YouTube. It's awesome. So thank you everybody in the chat. Thanks to the patrons. For the rest, thank you to the patrons. We're sending to Cedia. So thank you very much for that. And if you want to Cedia, enter, be a patron. There you go. Saturday was awesome. Thanks to all that participated. Thanks to everybody that was on the show. I can't wait to do it again next year. It was so much fun. Really looking forward to it. Bigger and better next year. But let's get through this month and raise a lot of money. So go to the links, donate. So until next time, let's hope these things work here. Jeez. Yeah, see, it's not working. I can't even chant. I'm getting actually angry.
Let's do it live. Go on, Deej, go for it. What have you got to do?
Live. Oh, what the heck is wrong with this? I'll do it in post. We're out of here. Let me just put it in. All right. Well, I don't know. Go push play.
What he said.
That's right.
Hey, Fred.
This has been a Hey Fred production with theme music by Jeff Bernhardt and Throne Vault Productions.